All right, awesome artists. So today we're going to get to make our actual clay animals. We did some sketches of what animals we would like. And we also did our model magic practice. And so I'm doing my dino dragon. Okay. And we'll have some different tools today. Really, one of the most important things we're going to be using is our scoring and slipping, which is what we'll do with our toothbrush here. And then I just have some other tools you'll see later. Before you do anything, you're going to get a bag with a slab of clay in it. Before we touch any clay, before you take it out, you need to write your name and class code. Okay, so I'll put 3V, or it's 3F, or 3L. Okay, so you do which one your class is. So write your name and class code. Then you're going to put the Sharpie away. Okay, we don't want the Sharpies to get clay on them, so you're going to go put that away. All right, and now we can carefully take out, I'll move my sketch off to the side so I can still see it, my little model magic friend off to the side. Now I'm going to carefully take my slab out, carefully. It might stick to the bag a little bit because it's plastic, so I scoop my hand under it, and then I can slide it out. Haha, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, now the next step is to smooth the edges and cut the shape I want. I kind of like the square for my dragon, but if you wanted a circle, you could cut a circle out for your animal. I do have slabs that are different sizes, so you can kind of see what size that you would like. And so I'm just smoothing out the edges. Remember, our clay is going to turn kind of to rock, to glass as it goes in the kiln. And so I'm just kind of smoothing out the edges. I kind of wanted to go like that too. Okay, we'll also have wet wipes while we are working to wipe our hands off, so that way clay dust is a minimum. And I don't want to add too much water to my clay because it will make it disintegrate, aka fall apart. Okay, so we don't want it to fall apart. And so I just use a little bit. That's why I just dipped my finger in the water and carefully smoothed it together. All right, and so now that I have this done, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to write my name and class code and just smooth up these edges too, and write my name and class code on the back. Do not press too hard because it will go through the clay. So I'm going to put, with my clay pencil here, Mrs. Walters. If your full name doesn't fit, you can just do like an abbreviation, and we'll do class code again. All right, and I can take these little clay pieces here, sometimes I call them clay boogers, and we can kind of put them all together because I don't want those to fall on the floor and then turn into clay dust later. Not good. Okay, now the next step is I can raise my hand once I have my name on it. Yes. Then I get my extra clay to start making my coils. So we practice coils already with our model magic. So now I'm gonna go back and forth. I like to use the tops of my fingers. I just feel like I get a better coil that way. Okay, if you need to stand up, you can. Okay, going from the center outwards. And I'm gonna get the body for my dragon. I kind of want a little bit of a thicker coil that's not too long so it still fits on my clay. Okay, so I'm starting with the body shape of the dragon. So this is a good start here, although it doesn't look like much. We're just getting started, and then we're gonna keep building. So you have to let your imagination see the possibilities. So one of the most important, now I don't want anything too thick. Something that's like no. This is too thick. It isn't gonna dry out. Okay, kind of like a thumb's width. It's kind of what we're going for. No bigger than that, because then it's gonna fall apart in the kiln, and because it can't get dry enough. The other thing that's super important is our scoring and slipping. See those score marks? And the slip is the water, and so I can score and slip. This will keep your clay together when it goes in the kiln, okay? And so because my dragon's laying down, the legs aren't standing up. I know some of us are standing up. Mine is laying down with its head up. So I'm gonna start kind of like that. And I scored and slipped so it wouldn't fall apart in the kiln. That is very important. Okay, if you don't score and slip, your things will fall apart in the kiln. Ooh, there's a little bit of dried clay on that tool I was using, which is unfortunate. We'll just get that out of the way. There we go. And so now I'm just blending these seams down so that my dragon really sticks. So I always support my clay. I always hold with one hand as I'm supporting it here, so that way it doesn't fall apart. All right, good first step here. Now I'm gonna start doing my next coil for kind of the head and neck area, okay? If your clay seems like it's drying out, see I just added a little bit of water, and I'm gonna score and slip. You always, always, always must score and slip. Okay, so now I'm gonna blend the seams, okay? Giving it support, okay, kind of like that. So no matter what you're doing, you're going to be giving it support, blending any seams that you have, okay? Now I'm gonna pull this up like that. I like it. I like that shape. If, you know, we've talked about how you can listen to your creations too, and if it seems like it wants to take a different direction, you can always do that. I'll use this tool to smooth that up too, okay? I have these tools on the clay cart, so if you need to get a different one, you can. Don't put the dirty ones back where the clean ones go. Please don't do that. Okay, so now I'm gonna start shaping the head of my dragon and just getting in these details. And then let's see, I also want to get the feet coming down here. Maybe the head could be a little bigger, so I'm just gonna do a little bit extra on here and see what I think. Now I wouldn't want to make the head too big because then the body can't support it, okay? So that's important too. You want to make sure that you're creating something that isn't going to go kerplop, okay, because we've added too much clay in a certain spot. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to kind of go like this if I want an open mouth, like that. Okay, cool. All right, so I've got a good first start here. All right, I'm liking it. And now, if you do have time for a little bit more besides the main part of your animal today, you could do more. I'll show a little bit with legs before the end of today here. Now, I still have to get a tail, and then I kind of want to add flames around my base just for fun, because with my dragon. And so I'm going to start with my coil again. Okay, lots of coils. And I know yesterday we've talked about, yesterday or in the past, I'm rolling the legs at the same time. And so that way they're about the same length here. And I'm just gonna see if I like these or if I want them farther up. So before I score and slip, I can kind of see, I don't know if I like that quite right there. Do I want maybe these would be good for the back legs. So I'm gonna go ahead and do those for the back legs. Maybe a little bit different shape then. So I'm just kind of readjusting things. Artists do that all the time. There, I like that better for the back legs. So now I must score and slip, or you're just gonna have a blob of coils when it comes out of the kiln, and it's not great when that happens to you. So you need to score and slip. It does help to blend the seams. Okay, there we go. One leg done. Jump to the other side, and I'm gonna, score and slip here. So now I'm going to dip this. I don't want too much water, so that way it can actually stay. All right, I'm liking it. And I'm gonna blend my seams a little bit. Okay, same thing here. Just smooth that out. Okay, cool. So I got about this far today. Now, it's not done by any means. I still have a lot to do, right? I still want to get my back tail in there. So I still want to get my tail coil. And I would start with that, maybe probably add a little bit more to it as well for my Dino Dragon, okay? And so I'm liking how it's coming along though. All right, but I'm gonna stop there for today. And for cleanup, here's what you're gonna very, very carefully do. You're gonna very carefully get it in your bag. Okay, that's why everyone has their own so they don't squish together, our animals. You're gonna carefully tap, tap, tap. If we need a little dry paper towel in there to kind of, if yours is sticking up like mine, we can get a little dry paper towel and squish it in there. And then that way it can help it stand up. And then I'm gonna get most of the air out here, close it shut. Any little extra clay, you can just dip a little water on there and put it in here, okay? And looking good. Now all my clay tools are gonna go in the sink. You're gonna get a sponge. Okay, I dipped it in the clean water from the cart. And now I can sponge off my mat, all right? And then we're gonna all do wet wipe feet, help clean up, right? Lots of fun stuff for cleanup. We gotta make sure we don't get any clay dust left on the floor. All right, we'll catch you guys later. Bye, all smartest.